Proverbs 8:13, the fear of the Lord is to hate evil. I hate arrogant pride and the evil way and perverse utterances. Whew! Proverbs Daily is reader and listener supported. Every post is free, but if you'd like to help spread the message and make the sacred positively contagious, consider being a free or paid subscriber. Just look for the word upgrade and click on that. Thanks in advance. Today's episode, the hatred of God. So, does God hate? That's the question. Because if we're taking Proverbs 8:13 at face value, the text says it right there in the Bible. To fear the Lord is to hate evil. Now, just to be fair, it's not God speaking directly here, it's Lady Wisdom. But she's the very wisdom of God personified. And she puts it out there saying, I hate arrogant pride and the evil way and perverse utterances. So back to the question, does God hate? And I think it's important to answer the question because how many people out here are just justifying hateful actions all in the name of God? Like they think if God hates, so I can hate too. So I ain't gonna hold you. I'll be honest. I don't believe God hates, at least not the way humans do, because our hate is often fueled by bitterness, fear, and vengeance. It separates and destroys. And projecting that kind of broken emotion onto the divine, I think is a mistake. C.S. Lewis once said, God's nature is a powerful, unyielding force that is hostile to evil. That's not human rage, that's divine opposition. Benson's commentary notes that hate here doesn't mean an emotional outburst, but absolute abhorrence, a refusal to coexist with what corrupts. The Hebrew word sanye, which is used in the word hate, leans closer to reject than rage. So that's the key. God's hatred is not human rage, but divine resistance. Where evil cannot advance, it collapses in recoil against God's presence to the point that anything that undermines life, justice, humility, and truth runs out of steam. It cannot exhaust God's nature. In other words, God's nature repels evil, not because he lashes out at it out of anger, but because it simply can't stick. His nature is love, and love absorbs and transforms corruption rather than merging and just coexisting with evil. So when Proverbs says to fear the Lord is to hate evil, it's not to cower down in dread, it's to approach God in trembling reverence. All that reorders the soul. From that all, we learn to reject arrogance, corrupt speech, and destructive ways, not out of anger, but because they are anti-God, anti-love, anti-life. God's hatred isn't destructive, it's protective. It doesn't target people, but the forces that generate distortion. Now, here's how I see it. Hatred is the commitment to separate and keep apart, whereas love is the commitment to bring together and make whole. And God doesn't change. Evil does. In the end, love wins, not by compromising, but by transforming. Whenever anything or anyone, and I do mean anyone, turns, repents, reforms, God embraces them. Because redemption is his ultimate work, pulling all things back to himself. So here's the point. God doesn't hate like we do. His holy aversion means evil changes in the end, not God. Prayer. Lord, make me a change agent, resisting evil just like you. Today's challenge. When you encounter negativity, whether it's gossip, pride, or anger, don't match that energy. Pause, breathe, and respond with love instead of reaction. Let your presence make evil lose its grip. About the author. Fred Lynch is a creative communicator, author, and Christian hip-hop pioneer. To connect, just search, Hey Fred Lynch, on all the socials or click the link in the description. Want daily wisdom on your phone? Go to proverbsdaily.org or tap that subscribe button right now. Thanks for listening and help us out by liking and sharing Proverbs Daily. Be wise, be well, peace, and don't hate.